All right, folks, welcome back to Procreate. So you got your canvas ready for this thing? Let's go ahead and bring our art in. Now, I showed you how to do this before. Come over to your Actions tab, right there. Insert a photo, right here. Grab the rose, click on the rose, and away it goes. Now, you'll notice which button is now lit up. It's the blue transformation button. First thing I want to show you is if you want to transform this thing anywhere along the canvas, you can. Okay, so I think that we're pretty good right there. I want to go ahead and center this thing. And now we're going to take you through the basics of brushes. So let's turn off the transformation. And I want to take you through the basics of brushes, but I need to show you how a layer is first. Notice here, if you click on the Layers tab, and it's right here, we're going to hit the plus sign, and you're going to add to the layer. Now, because we don't want to affect the rose, tap on the rose layer, left swipe, and lock it down. You see the little lock that's created? That means you cannot adjust that layer. It's like safety. All right, so if you're on layer 2, I'm really going to show you two brushes that I use most of the time. In my work, let's go ahead and click the brush tab. I use a lot of the sketching brushes and the inking brushes. The easiest one for me to teach you right now is the Studio Pen. So go to the inking category and grab the Studio Pen. Okay, we're going to make sure that red is selected as our color. So get a bright red pen. Actually, let's go ahead and do black because the rose underneath is red. And I want to show you how to adjust this. So let's go to the pen and let's make a couple marks. Okay, now why is that mark so jacked up? Remember the opacity slider? Bring the opacity slider back. Now, use a little pressure and then go ahead and do a lot of pressure. You're seeing the pressure sensitivity in the Studio Pen. Now let me cut to the chase. I'm going to show you the top two adjustments that people need to make to pull a good, smooth streamline in Procreate. Tap on the brush, tap on the Studio Pen. This brings you to the Brush Studio. Now, the thing I want to show you right now, brushes are composed of two distinct concepts. The first one is the grain of the brush, which is here. I just highlighted in blue over on the left-hand side. And then there's the shape of the brush. So this brush has an overall fuzzy round shape, and the grain is a plain white. And the two things you need to be able to adjust. The first one is taper. When you go to pressure taper, you're going to want to make sure that your taper is adjusted. I like to put mine a little bit further back, and you can always test it out. Watch the drawing pad area. Now, if you don't like this, you can always adjust the taper out a little further. The taper, especially in the Streamline pen, is going to dictate how nice those are. And the second adjustment that you need to know is this Streamline adjustment. Streamline is the difference. Let me turn it down for you. Okay, now, what Streamline does, it takes your handshake out. So watch me pull a line with Streamline off all the way down. You'll see how I'm jittery and slipping the entire way. When you turn Streamline up to the max, look at how much cleaner that line is versus the line without Streamline. This is key to getting a good, consistent line in Procreate. Now, once you're good, you can hit done, and now it'll save your changes on that pen. There you go. And you can practice with it. You can practice all day long with it. Now, let's go ahead and click on the brush one more time. Let me show you how this works with sketching. Let's go to the technical pencil. I use that one a lot. We're going to keep the black, and we're going to move the technical pencil up. You see how little things like streamline with the technical pencil don't really matter? You're never going to pull a huge line with the technical pencil. You're going to do soft, loose sketching. Okay? So the things you learned in this lesson when it comes to the basics of brushes, and I just taught you enough to start the challenge, you learned how to create a layer, you learned how to lock a layer, you learned the two categories of brushes that I use most frequently, and when it comes to inking with the Studio Pen, you learned the two most important adjustments, the streamline and the taper settings. All right, that's enough for this lesson. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the basics of layers one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and start a project. All right, we'll see you in the next one.